The freshwater shrimp is one of the best fishing baits here in northeast Victoria. They are dynamite on yellowbelly, redfin, Murray cod, and I've even caught carp on them in the past. Have you ever wondered how to catch some freshwater shrimp? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to show you exactly how in this video. Rightio folks, shrimp need running water to survive. They don't live in farm dams unless there's water constantly being pumped in and pumped out. They need fresh flowing water. They also like warmer water. You don't get them high up in the hills. So you get them down in the lower reaches of rivers that have got a constant flow of water. In this particular spot here, I know there are shrimp, there are also Murray crayfish, and there are also yabbies. Now, the Murray crayfish that we catch in the winter, they like to be over there in the deep water, under the steep banks and everything. The shrimp are almost totally the opposite. You will find them over there, but they like these shallower edges with room to hide where they can scavenge for food. Now, on a bank like this, you can see there's a few branches and twigs and stuff in the water, but if you look here in front of me, you'll see all of these branches and leaves all washed up in one little spot here. I have no doubt there will be quite a lot of shrimp living in that particular area. And then as you pan down, you'll see a couple of other similar sort of obstacles or structures, but not a lot. So this tells me that this spot here is probably the best spot to try along this bank. You will get them all along the bank. I'm going to put one net just in front of there, and the other net I'll probably go down there further, and I might throw it out off the bank a little bit further into some deeper water. Only a couple of feet deep though, not right down the bottom of a deep hole. At night time, when the shrimps are the most active, they'll come out from these sort of spots and they will rummage the edge. You can walk along a bank like this with a torch after dark and you will see dozens of shrimp just moving around these open mud flats and sandbars. But during the day, you want to keep reasonably close to structure. If you've got it in your waterway, aquatic weed, aquatic vegetation. If the water was a bit higher up with these green grasses, that'd be a good spot because the shrimp will hide in amongst that aquatic vegetation. Now, it's only early for shrimp. It's only just November. It's only the middle of November, not quite the middle of November. The water's still a little bit cool here. I caught a lot of shrimp in Lake Moodamere recently. You may have seen that video, but the water was warm. It's shallow and it's flat. It doesn't like move around a lot, so it warms up quick. But this is coming off the high mountains and flowing through, therefore it's quite a lot cooler. Hopefully it's warm enough, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to put the nets in and give it a crack. Now these are the nets that I'm going to be using today. I've got two of them. These are collapsible bait traps and you can buy them at like Kmart for about $5. They actually fold right down like an accordion. And they're so lightweight, they're easy to carry, they're super cheap and they work. Now at the moment here in Victoria, bait traps are subject to regulations and size limits, and there's minimum sizes and maximum sizes that the hole can be and the net can be. These bait traps conform to the current conditions, so they're perfectly legal for now. They could change down the track. So I always say this, make sure you check the rules and regulations before you put a net in the water of any kind. I've put my bait in this little zip. You'll see with these collapsible nets, there's one big zip here. That's so that you can put your hand in and get the shrimp out. And then there's this short little zip here. That's so that you can put the bait in. And on this occasion, I've got a little bit of ox liver, cow liver. Right, let's get them in. Rightio, now both nets are in. They're in quite close proximity to each other. Now these nets, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, how long should I leave them in for? They will work if you leave them in 5 minutes, but they'll work a hell of a lot better if you leave them in an hour. The longer the better, because once the shrimp get in, they find it very, very hard to get out. I'm going to give these an hour and then come and check them. To whoever left these cans of Coke here, not cool. Not cool at all. And if I come down here a little bit, there's an empty corn kernels tin. Still not cool. Now you people will be the first to whinge when you come to these places and find a gate with a sign on it that says keep out. Take your rubbish home. It's not that hard. Oh look. Yep. Now we're trying to cut the cow's feet open so that we can ensure that we're not allowed back. Idiots. Rightio, the net's been in around about 45 minutes. Still daylight, not an overly long amount of time. I reckon if there's half a dozen in the net, that'd be a good result. Let's find out. Oh yeah. There's a couple in there. One of them's very small. That's a start. This one's really small, so I'll put him back in the river. He's he's a little bit on the small side, but it's quite a good size bait for, say, a redfin or something. So I'll throw him in the bucket, and that's it. So only two. A good sign, but maybe not a good result, if that makes sense. Rightio, time to check net number 2. There's a couple in here. I'll open the big zip. Here we go, there's 2 there. Ah, he fell back in the net. Just trying to get this camera to focus on the shrimp. There they are. There's 2. Not the biggest shrimp I've ever seen, but they're certainly big enough. Oh, there's another one in here. This one's starting to get a little bit on the small side, but I'll still put into good use up at, say, Lake William Hovell or Lake Buffalo or somewhere chasing redfin. So I caught 5. That's not a lot. 5 isn't a lot at all, but it's a start. And given that it's only sort of early to mid-November, it's not a bad sign. Because I live so close to this spot, I think I'll probably clamp my name tags onto these and leave them in all night and come and check them tomorrow morning. But I will check them again one more time this evening before it gets dark. Check this out. I lost my sheath for my knife a while back, and now I've just found it. It's been sitting there for God knows how long. Oh, beautiful. Okay, now this shrimp net now has been in around about an hour or a bit more since last time. But not only has it been in an hour, it's a better time of the day. It's sort of half dark now, the light is low, and that's when they start becoming active. I've got a bit of a feeling there's going to be a few shrimp in here this time. What have we got? There's a few in here. Not many though. Only one in there. 1 shrimp. Is that all? That's actually a little bit disappointing. What I might do is leave the net in all night and see if there's any in here in the morning, I think. Okay, last net. This one's got a few in it. I can hear them flicking around. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's up to 7 so far. Are there any more in there? Yep. 8. 8. And that's it. There you go, 8. So I've got a few shrimp. The last net only had 1, it was quite disappointing, and I thought, geez, I hope there's some in this net. Alright. If you have a look in here, the light's very low, so I don't know how this is going to go picking this up. I've got a few shrimp. I haven't done too bad. Now I've got a couple of these out of my yabby nets that I've got in downstream, and I've got some out of these shrimp nets. I was going to leave these in all night tonight so that I could pull them up in the morning, and no doubt there'll be plenty of shrimp in them, but I'm not going to worry about that now because I'm making this video to try and teach you how to catch freshwater shrimp. And if you do what I've just done, using these $5 collapsible nets, put them in the shallow water around grassy banks, particularly at night, you will catch plenty of shrimp. Now, it is early, it's only November, and that might be why my catch was down a little bit. Another 6 weeks around Christmas when the water's a lot warmer, you will catch so many shrimp doing this. Not all places have shrimp, but to start off, a good spot to start are the lower reaches of the major rivers like the Golden, the Ovens, the Broken, the King, the whole lot. Try the lower reaches of these rivers, not up in the headwaters, but down lower where the water's slower and deeper and warmer, and do what I've just done, and you might find yourself with some of the best fishing bait you will ever find, particularly for perch, redfin and yellowbelly. They just can't get enough of freshwater shrimp. Before I go, one quick tip I want to give you. If you are one of these people that keeps Murray cod in a fish tank or golden perch in a fish tank, a lot of people are doing that these days, which is great. Don't put too many shrimps in the water. A lot of people think they'll go and grab a few shrimp, throw them in the water and feed their fish. But the shrimp have the potential to change the pH in the water of the tank. I've heard numerous stories of people grabbing a handful of freshwater shrimp and throwing them in their tank with their Murray cod, and then coming back the next day and finding their Murray cod dead because the water has become too acidic. The shrimp do that. I don't know how, but they do. So be careful if you want to feed your Murray cod or your golden perch freshwater, or any fish freshwater shrimp. I hope you found this video useful and informative, and I hope you've learned something from it. Good luck if you're going shrimping. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification next to it so that you get a notification each time I upload a new video.